once again, the confidence in this team grows. Playing at home, they feel very comfortable. I thought today's game was, first quarter set the tone. I thought defensively we were as good as we could be. Defensively, trying to make sure that every shot was contested, to try to take away the strengths. UNLV is a very difficult matchup. They can shoot the ball from three, they can attack you off the dribble, puts a lot of pressure on you. And then I thought with us making shots early, relaxes everybody, and we were able to get up and down the floor. Then the second half was probably the most stressful 20 minutes that I've coached in a while, because I think UNLV cut the 20-point lead to 13 in about 2 minutes. And you look up at the clock hoping it's close to the end of the quarter, and you're looking at about 6.5 minutes, and you took the timeout, and we came out of it, and Marta hit a big three in the corner, and Liv followed it right up with another three. When you have that happen, everybody relaxed now. It was back to 19, and we played the game out, but there was constant pressure on you in the full court, and with UNLV being able to attack. Liked how we shared the basketball today, to come away with 22 assists on 25 field goals. That's how Wyoming plays. We move the basketball, we make the next pass, and today we were finishing the shot. And that's a big part of what we're able to do. And everybody stepped up again. We were in a little foul trouble in the first half, and Tiana Ratza even came into the game. She gave us some valuable minutes for us to buy some time for Liv and Haley.
So here I am, I'm going to give you all the credit for starting Marta Gomez, and then I hear it was a logistical glitch. So
we had a logistical glitch to start the game, and so, you know, I'm going to count Marta's 18 points as bench points. Because then we have 32 bench points, which means we're really contributing. But yeah, that's why we got Bailey right in for Marta, so that we stay in that rhythm and rotation that we're doing. But once again, we ended up playing Marlia, Natalie, and Marta a great deal to get more offensive threats on the floor from the perimeter. And we were able to do that, and that's a real plus for us. Marta's been on a tear, whether it's off the bench or, as you say, that 5-second start. She's been playing very well.
Can you pinpoint a difference in her game? I mean, she just mentioned that something has seemed to click since about mid-December.
As long as I've been coaching, I wish I could answer that question, because then you would coach all your players the same way and it would click for them all. But I've been in this business and I've seen this happen before, where the game slows down and all of a sudden the player becomes very comfortable what they're doing, how they're playing, and I just want her to keep playing that way. And the players I've had in the past, they continued on, and the rest of their career was the same, because somewhere they have found what we call the answer to how to make this game easier rather than more difficult, and that's what Marta's doing right now.
You mentioned the first time, early third quarter, UNLV comes back, and it was Marta hit that three, but then it was, I think Liv had 7 points in a row. I mean, that's what a leader does, right? When times are tough, they find a way to get the team back on track.
We know for our group, it takes all 15, whether it's through practice, whether it's stepping into the game and maybe 8 or 9 play. But what ends up happening, you need one person that takes the load upon themselves, shoulders the most difficult times, and that's Liv Roberts. And she's also our most vocal leader. She's raised the bar for herself and expects players to come to her level rather than her coming down. And I think you're seeing that happen out there. And it's also comforting for coaches as well as team to know that Liv's on the floor. You see, we play her in foul trouble. That's the confidence I have in Liv, that she'll make the right decisions. But Marta's 3, then Liv's 3, and you're right, she came back with more points, really calm the run that we knew UNLV was going to make.
You guys come off what, you know, I guess most people would consider maybe a little bit of subpar performance against Air Force, but you guys got right back into it. What is it about this team that nothing seems to rattle them? You mentioned confidence. What is it that kind of never lets them feel pressure? Right?
Well, one of the things that we're starting to see is that they take a great deal of pride defensively. And when all of a sudden your focus can be on the defense and understand that the offense will just happen. And that's where you're starting to see with this team. And they know they can win 4-minute segments. They know they can step up at times. And they always believe that they're going to win. And that's a big part in anything you do, is the confidence that you carry. And this team is carrying a great deal of confidence.
I guess finally you mentioned the defense. CSU plays some 40 minutes of straight zone a couple nights ago and beats them. You didn't play zone once. I mean, just talk about the confidence you have in your kids' ability, even with good offensive players.
Yeah, we always have the zone in our pocket, so to speak, to be able to use, and we used it against Air Force. We thought it was something that was needed at the time. We had it prepared for today, and we did such a good job defensively in the first quarter with the man that we stayed with it. And I think everyone is starting to accept the challenge of being a good defender and starting to help out and rotate. And we had a play in the second half where we covered on a lob, and then Haley Legaki dropped down and took away a cross pass and did the right rotation. And when those things start happening, you start seeing players take a great deal of pride. And that's what we tried to instill from day one, is that we're going to hang our hat defensively. And giving up 57 points today, that's a great effort, like I said, against a very high-scoring, high-powered offense that UNLV has.
You had kind of the subpar performance, let's say, against Air Force. What is it that you guys are able to come back and just kind of forget about stuff like that and play like you did today?
Yeah, you know, Air Force is a tough place to play at. It's a little different, kind of almost like feels like a high school game, just because the environment isn't as like rowdy. And then I think we were just excited to be home. Like we were all at shoot around, we're like, oh my God, this is so nice. And so just being at home and having our fans really showed out today, and we were just excited, you know, and UNLV's one to get up for because they're ahead of us. They were ahead of us in our conference. And so, you know, the environment felt good.
Different team to play, kind of like the Idaho team in that they do a lot of one-on-one. What did you guys do well defensively to keep them somewhat in control? Yeah.
So, you know, 12 and 11, they like to drive. And, you know, we just have to, on defense, we call it gap, where you just help the person who's getting beat. And so they weren't kicking it out. A few times, you know, we were fouling, which we shouldn't have, but, you know, we got through it. And I think our defense, once again, showed that what we bring and what we've been working on.
Marta, for you, we just talked last week about how you feel comfortable off the bench. So you start tonight. I guess just talk. It doesn't appear that it affects you either way with your performance tonight.
Well, it wasn't supposed me to start. Like, it was Bailey, and I was in the line, and I was like, oh my God, I need to start now. But I was ready anyway, and then 10 seconds after that, I went to the bench again, and I just put my T-shirt on, and it's like nothing happened before. I'm ready for this game anyway. So
did they put down a wrong number?
I think so.
Is that what happened?
I don't know. The wrong number was.
I was so surprised.
We were all like, Marta's not getting it out.
Right. I guess, you know, just talk about your offense. It looks like it's really starting to kind of click for you again, kind of like it did last year.
Yeah, I wasn't that confident at the beginning of the year. I don't really know why, but now the confidence is back, and I just want to do whatever I can to help the team, and that's what I did tonight. And I think the team was great tonight.
Could you say that about the team too? Just the whole confidence. I mean, you're 2-0 to start conference play. You've beaten Colorado. You guys pretty confident in what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I would say that we're really confident. You know, I'm nervous before every game just because I want us to be successful, but one thing that's different than last year's, everything starts with defense for us. It's not our offense. And so I think that's a positive thing. You know, if we can hold teams below what their average, that's what we're looking to do, and then our offense will come. And so that's one thing that's really positive for us and will be in the future.
So you did that, Marta. Joe, your defense lately has been really good. Is that something you kind of focused on a little bit?
Yeah, especially talking by myself, my defense is not that great, so I need to focus more on defense, and that's what we do in practice. Almost the first 30 minutes in practice, we do the shell drill. We just play defense. We focus on defense, and I think that shows in the court when we play.